Hey everybody, Mike Fifer, Fifer Hobby Supply. Today I'm gonna do video update 9. And I'll show you what I've been doing. I hope I don't repeat myself too much. I'm having trouble keeping track of all these videos, so I've made some ahead and I've gone back and tried to insert them, make a video that I'm way ahead on work of what I have videoed and what I've been putting out on video, and it's just too confusing. So either what's going to happen is if I do more work, these videos are going to get longer. If I don't do much work, they're going to be shorter, and you guys are just going to have to live with it because I don't have anybody helping me. I don't have a take one, such and such a one. I don't have any of that stuff. So I'm stuck trying to remember where I left off in the last video and where I need to take off in this video. So we'll see what we wind up with here, but I hope you enjoy it no matter what, and let's get on with it. Okay, another thing I did was I have enough on these Walther's trestle kits. They give you 2 pieces of straight and 2 pieces of curve. But here, let's see if I can figure out where it's at. Right there, I joined the 2, the curved and the straight. So that trestle the track will come out of a tunnel portal there, go across that trestle, the trestle will straighten out, go across, and I may put another little piece of straight trestle over there, a really short one, cut one down, and make a short piece over there, and then divide the scenery in between there. That's kind of the game plan, but I'm pretty happy because it took some cutting. It's hard to explain. Let me get this out here. Hang on. Right there, you can see the 2 joints. They overlap. One goes onto one tie, one goes onto the other tie. And on the straight piece, it didn't have the overlapping like it does on the curve. So I had to actually cut those ties out and cut them back so that the ties on the curved piece would sit in the center of the ties going across, which were molded to that piece. So anyhow, I'm pretty happy with that joint. Anyway, we'll see how that goes when I get that far. Okay, today I put some sleeper ties in those turnouts right there and cut my gaps right there. And I, of course, took all the push pins out, but and all the track is solid. Cleaned the track off a little bit with a Bright Boy. And then I decided, I need to get my DCC system hooked up. So it is on and back on the pedestal that it was on. My protector is right there, DCC Specialties. I don't know, PSX or something, PSX. But then I decided to start running wire. So I took some wire over there, soldered it on to all of these right here, joined to there, and these all go, those all go to the tracks where the Atlas re-railers are. So I had a train running back and forth. I thought everything's hunky-dory. So I go down there, I hook those wires there, and way down there and hook those wires there, which are at the turnouts down there. In fact, you can see where I twisted some wires together. And also there's lower track stuff on there too. But nevertheless, I got those down there soldered on. I had the train running back and forth up here, which if you don't have anything else tied in and you don't cross a gap, you don't have any way of knowing what you have. But when I put this little temporary board up here so I could plug in my throttle and have a throttle pocket, What I did is I hooked all these main tracks up through the yard, but I came down here, and the first time I jumped this gap right here into here, I had a short. Well, I went down underneath there and I said, man, I don't know how that happened. I wasn't thinking. Reversed the wire there, got it to run through that gap, got to that gap, short. Thought, what the heck? Got back under there, and like a dope, I put all of my feeder wires from my protector and the wires that go out to the track on the wrong wire on the bus line. This bus line that I'm using, and we talked about it before, but as you can see that big fat black wire right there, and then you can see where I have soldered onto it there. That's what the phone company called bridle wire. I don't know what gauge it is, but it's humongous. And on all the layouts that I've done, I've used that same wire. In fact, the identical same wire, not more wire of it, but more wire, but the same wire. So I have a lot of excess solder stuff on there. So anyway, I moved that, heated that up and moved it to the side so I could get those soldered on correctly. They are now soldered correctly. Now, coming off of my device here, you can see that I have a yellow-blue. Makes it a little bit confusing. And the blue side of the yellow-blue is going to the white side, or what I'm connecting all the whites to on that big wire. And the reason all the whites go to that is because on this wire is some writing in white. And if you follow that twist around, you'll see that the white is tied to the one that has the white writing on it. The blues are all going to be attached to the side that has no writing on it. Well, I had that backwards. So consequently, I had a bunch of shorts down there, had reversed another wire down there because I thought that would fix it, because I thought I had done this right, came back here, rechecked my work there, and I started right out of the chute doing it backwards. So, that being said, we have, hang on one second, I'm working on it. I haven't checked every track on the yard yet, because I don't have any way to get from one side to another. But let me get the throttle here. When it gets down here, it may act a little bulky because I haven't cleaned any of the points or anything. And I used a bright boy, so I'm sure there's a lot of grit on the track. So you'll have to excuse the blinky lights for right now. All I'm trying to prove here is that there is no short. It stops, but because, like I say, I haven't cleaned the points. But all we're trying to prove here is that it's operational. All the way to the gap in the crossover. Okay, now we're going to reverse it. And we're going to speed it up some. Hang on. I'm trying to do this. I only got two hands and I got three things going. So going backwards, you can see that it wants to go through. It's just, it needs these are the ones I power washed. So I've got to do some point cleaning on them. Come on, locomotive. Cooperate with me. So I've got to do some cleaning on the point rails on those. But the important thing is the tracks work. Now, I haven't done any of these down here because I'm actually tired of connecting wires right now. And we're having another windstorm. Guy would guess wind up to 50 mile an hour. And it's getting colder than heck outside. But anyways, maybe after dinner I'll come back out, hook those up, and maybe I can do something besides just run back and forth. And then I need to get these wires right here under attached to the bus line, and I need to get that wire there attached to the bus line, and then the one over there does not attach to the bus line. Well, it does attach to the bus line. Okay, anyway, I'm losing my mind here, so I better get off for right now. Okay, everybody, you've seen this loop, but I lifted up the track and I put some more cork there, and I raised it up to the level of the Cato Bridge. I'll attach it to the Cato Bridge, across, and back down, and off we go down to the other end. The more I put in, the more this is making sense to you, I'm sure. So anyway, got that done. Let me show you what else here. Okay, I touched up the blue on the wall, all the nail holes and scratches and everything from the layout when it was there. And then I painted the gray over to the new edge of the layout. Then I came around, I touched up all the blue around the guns there. If you go back and look at my old videos, there's some patched holes along where the rifles are there. Fixed those, painted them blue, touched up the gray on the doors. In fact, you can see where the gray is touched up on the door. Just took off from right about here. You can see a line there. Took off from right about there and painted the wall all the way back into the corner and all the way back around onto this piece of backdrop that I stuck up there. So that's kind of the way that's going to remain. It looks like I had epilepsy or something here while I was painting this bottom line. I had a mark there. Anyway, I'm going to tape over that with some tape, and then I'm going to go back and touch that up with blue and touch that up with blue. But not today. I'm going to wait and give that plenty of sufficient time to cure. But I can't think of anything else I need to tell you right now. But if you look at this, you can kind of see how that's going to go. And I'm working on, or the next thing I'm going to work on is putting track over to the bridge. I think I'm going to cut out right where the edge of the bridge is and put some concrete barriers, not concrete barriers, supports down to the foam level, just to make it look good. So I might tackle that this afternoon as well, but we'll see. Today happens to be Valentine's Day, February 14th. It happens to also be our anniversary, 44th anniversary. We did not do anything special, but we're going to do something special next week. So it's kind of hard if any of you guys were married on Valentine's Day, or even going out on Valentine's Day, taking your mom out, taking anybody out on Valentine's Day. It's a pain in the neck because there's no space to get in anywhere. But anyway, this is what I got going on. I've kind of cleaned up the floor. Oh, by the way, I don't think I told you guys, but I obviously got all the wiring hooked up down here, the feeders and stuff, but now I have them all soldered and have heat shrink on them all the way around the layout. I just got to get those tied up underneath. But anyway, I'll get back to you. Okay, for everybody who was wondering, there will be the transition from the Cato to the Pico, and it will go double track, sighting all the way up to the end of the white there. So I've got a lot of gluing to do. But it looks good so far. We'll see how that turns out. And that's it for right now. Okay, I have that track glued in place going into the turnout. And I have insulators placed there on the two tracks. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, I have insulators placed there on the two tracks that are going up there to comprise the siding in the trench. back here, it's too hard to get them on, it's just too hard to get the insulators on and stuff. So what I'm going to do is the same thing I did down here on the corner, and that is I'm going to solder those and start running them on down and put two pieces together. These two pieces together down here take me right down to the end of the switch over there. And since they're 35 or 36 inches long, it puts me right at 6 feet of the siding. So two pieces of track will make me a 6-foot siding. In theory, well, around a 6-foot siding, which is more than sufficient. So I'm going to go in here and eat in a minute. This is Saturday. And I'm going to go in and get done eating and probably come out here and put a couple more, probably put several more pieces of cork down that way, as long as I'm in the cork mood. Okay, I think I took a video the other day of my sloppy line along the bottom there, and I came out today, put a piece of tape on there, and fixed that straight line. I don't care about the line back there actually too much, but fixed that, and I think you saw this. Well, okay, everybody, that's it. That's all I have for you right now. And hope you enjoyed the video. And as usual, thanks for watching.